You're listening to Coach's Corner here on AM 1250 Radio. Thanks so much for listening in every Monday here at 4:05. We connect with the Steinbach Pistons coaching staff to give you the latest on what's going on with the team. And there's been a lot going on over the last little while. A big trade to talk about. And I'm joined right now here by head coach Rich Gosselin. And Rich, big announcement today. The Winnipeg Jets released their license plates. Did you get yours?
Not yet.
Are you planning to maybe get one?
Well, we'll see, but that's the first time I hear about that. So,
well, now we know they have the Winnipeg Blue Bomber license plates.
Yes.
Now you got the Winnipeg Jets one, so it's pretty neat that they're doing that. It's going to be cool to see everybody supporting the team on the back. Maybe we should get Steinbach Piston license plates.
Hey, never know. But right now, we got other things to worry about. We'll get to that soon.
That's right. You guys have been busy on the phones trying to make a deal over the last little while. I know Mark Owen has not been on the roster, or he's been on a roster but not playing on the ice for the last week and a half. And sounds like this past weekend you're able to link him together with Cole Burnett, who's the captain and leading scorer of the team. And you guys have sent them off to Dauphin in return for Richard Olson, who's played a few years in Selkirk and in Nipawin, and also Sean Higgins, who's currently playing for the Manitoba AAA midget Winnipeg Wild. Tell us a little bit about the trade and why you guys did it.
Well, first and foremost, we didn't want to do the trade, obviously, because we would have liked to kept Cole Brunet right at least until the deadline of the 10th of January. But the fact that Owen decided that he was not gonna play for us because he wanted to get traded put a little bit of a damper on that, because first and foremost, Owen and Cole are good friends because they played together at Pembina Valley, and which is one of the reasons we brought him in here. Obviously, Zach Ricacci was part of the deal, that too, but we brought Owen in because we felt he would really, really help us. And when he decided that he wanted to trade and he didn't want to play for us anymore, that kind of put things in perspective. And obviously, it was felt in the dressing room because he was a good player for us. So I think the fact that he was sitting out and Dauphin was very interested in getting both Cole and Owen, that's what precipitated that trade a little faster. And, we make trades, and the trades that we made for Olson and Higgins, and we also have in that trade future considerations, which means that there's something that's going to happen after the season that teams that are involved in cannot talk about, because that's what it is. It's future consideration. So people don't know what that is, and they can't know what it is. That's just part of the deal. So, we're thinking that obviously right now people look at the deal and they say they don't know what exactly it is. So they're wondering, well, how can we do a trade like that? Well, we've got 6 or 7 people in our organization that we talk about these things, and we all felt that this was a good trade for us. And it was a good trade for Cole because Cole does have family in Dauphin, and he had expressed some interest that, if there was something that was going to be happening, he would certainly entertain the fact that Dauphin would be interesting for him. So, it's kind of like what we did with Tanner Harms. I mean, he didn't really want to go to Portage right off the bat, but his brother was playing there, and then he said, after talking with his family, he said, well, you know what, maybe I will go to Portage, get a chance to play with my young brother. And we accommodated him to do that, and he had a chance to win the championship, and today he's very happy about that. He had a chance to play with his younger brother and he won a championship. And Cole has been a super player for us. He works hard every practice. He's very respectful. He was very good in the community. So we felt that it was a good trade for him to go there, and we feel that down the road, people don't realize it, but we for sure feel that down the road this is going to be a very good trade for us.
And looking over the two guys that we got in return for Cole Burnett and Mark Owen, Richard Olson, he played 2 years in Selkirk. Now this past year he played in Nipawin, where he got 16 goals, 29 assists, so 45 points in 62 games. He's obviously durable. He played every single game last season, and he was just about a point-a-game guy. And then Sean Higgins here, he's got 22 goals and 13 assists, 35 points in 26 games so far for the Winnipeg Wild, which puts him 7th on the team. That team's been doing unbelievable this year. They're 25-0, and then he's also 12th in the league in scoring. So what are these two guys, what are you looking for them to bring to your club?
Well, Higgins is going to be a good player because our guys feel that they've watched him play quite a bit, and he's one of those guys. He's the team captain of the Wild. He's also, we've also got two other players on that team. We got Chartrand that's also with us, and we've got Brett Lernout that's also with us. They all play on that team, and now we've got Higgins. So we got three guys that are from the same team playing on that team. So that played a little bit of a role too. But the fact that Higgins is not just a goal scorer, I think he's a leader, and he's got some good skills and he can play. We feel that he's going to be a good player down the stretch for here. But I think that you gotta understand that we just didn't trade Cole Brunet and Mark Owen for two players. We've also got future considerations which is what's important also.
There's a big underline here, so that means something big could be happening in the future.
That could be. I mean, there's a possibility because, like I said before, I explained before. So, I mean, we felt all of us at the managing and coaching and all our scouts, we felt that this was going to be a good trade for us.
And what about Richard Olsen here? What have you seen about him? What attracted him to be a part of this deal?
Well, we needed to get some players back, right? Because we don't have a whole bunch of players right now, and plus we have the flu bug going around the team. Today I had 14 skaters in practice, so there is the flu bug going around, and we don't have a whole bunch of players on our roster right now. So we needed to get some players back this year, right now, to be able to help us, because we feel that Richard Olsen would be a top 6 player on our team. So we felt that it was important that we got somebody back right now. That's why Richard Olsen was part of this trade also.
And who's out right now with flu?
We got Cormier that's out with the flu. We've got Taylor Friesen that's out with the flu, and we've got Cormier that's out with the flu, and there's a couple other guys that are just coming back from the flu. So we've been bothered by the flu bug here, and but we went to play in Wayway Sekapo, and we had a short bench. I mean, I started the game with 10 forwards and 6 defensemen, and then we lost Auger right away at the beginning of the game. So we actually had 15 skaters to finish the game there. So it was difficult, but the guys stepped up to the plate, and I thought we played a really good game defensively. I thought our defensemen played very well, kept everything outside, and our forwards worked hard, and we blocked a lot of shots, and we killed a lot of penalties, and played hard, battled hard, and Rakachi played very well in front of us. So it was fun to see the guys work that hard and get the win.
Yeah, I was looking over the box score, 64 minutes of penalties. What was the atmosphere like for 64 minutes just for you guys?
Well, in those 64 minutes, we had 5 times 10 minutes, which is, we haven't had that the rest of all the other games together. We haven't had 5 10-minute misconduct. So it started off where the referee gave us misconduct because 2 guys started pushing, and he gave 10 minutes to our guy. For the reason, I don't know what the reason was, and then they had a hit from behind on young Dennis Bosk, which was a pretty big hit from behind, and then we had Matt Franzen step up to the plate and try to help out our guy, which is what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to defend our guys, but the referee told him no. He came in there pushing guys, and so he got 2 minutes and 10 minutes right off the bat, and then anytime somebody got his hands up and started pushing a little bit, we ended up getting a 10-minute misconduct. So I'm not very happy about that game because I felt that we were already short benched, and 5-10 minutes on that one game, I thought it was I thought it was pushing it, but we can't really criticize the the referees. It's just the way it is.
You had a good relationship with the refs that game?
No, I didn't.
Looking at the shot clock in that game, for those that are just looking at the box score, obviously you said you liked your defensive performance of the game. You thought you guys kept it to the outside. 42 shots on net to 22. Just by looking at that, it looked like Wayway was outplaying the team. How would you explain that part of the game?
No, I wouldn't. I talked about that today to our team, and yeah, they did get 42 shots, and I don't know if they really actually did get 42 shots. I mean, I know they got a lot of shots in the first period, and I think they got 15 or 16 shots in that first period, and I thought that certainly was legitimate. But after that, for them to get that many shots, it was, I don't know if they did, because I know that they had a lot of shots coming from the outside. Like they shoot a lot. Wayway Sekapu, as soon as they get inside the blue line, and if they got nothing to do with the puck, they just put it in on net. And they did shoot a lot of pucks on net from the outside, which I didn't think were very dangerous shots, but giving them opportunities as far as 2-on-1s and 3-on-2s and great opportunities in front of the net, right in the slot. We didn't give him a whole bunch, and when we did, Zach was there and he made some great saves. So, no, I did think we played a pretty good defensive game, whether or not they got 42 shots.
Would it be safe to say that you guys are now looking to trade away your 20-year-old players now, or are you still trying to see what you guys can do over the next couple of games here before the deadline?
Well, I don't even think we can look that far ahead. What we need to do is we got to look at every game, go out there and play as hard as we can. I mean, obviously, you know what? If we want it to be negative, or if people want it to be negative, hey, you can get on the bandwagon pretty easy right now. And we don't want our guys to do that. We want them to come to the rink, practice hard, and play hard, and we'll see what happens. But right now, we can't afford to move too many people because we don't have a big roster right now, and because of the cards, we can't. It's pretty tough to get people just to come in and play and get trades that are going to be helping us. So we have to make sure that if it does happen, I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but if there is possibilities with trade where we feel we can improve our team, we will certainly entertain that. But we have to make sure that we have the guys here that are going to remain with the Pistons and play hard the rest of the season and work hard for what's coming.
You were talking about a short bench going into last game. I know that Kyle Rouse is now injured for a little while, and now with Owen and Burnett gone, when is Olsen planning to start up with the team?
Well, hopefully he's going to be in this week, midweek, or by the end of the week. We're not quite sure. I mean, he's disappointed about the trade. He wasn't expecting the trade, and you know he's had a little bit of a rough season, so he needs some time to think this over a little bit. So we're going to give him certainly that amount of time, and then he's got to figure out if he's going to stay in Winnipeg and travel, or if he wants to come to Steinbach. But obviously he was a little disappointed with the trade, and he just wants a little bit more time to think about it and talk to his parents. The parents were apparently away on the weekend, and he's going to right now he's back in Dauphin getting all his stuff to bring it back to Winnipeg, and he'll be in. He's supposed to come back from Dauphin tomorrow, so I assume that we'll find out Wednesday exactly what the situation is with him.
So without him in the lineup, that means we're down 2 guys for sure. I think after I looked over.
Well, we're down to 20 players. That's not counting the guys that have got the flu bug.
Right,
so I mean, if we had to play today, we'd probably be playing with 16 players.
Right. So is there plans? Are you guys going to be doing more APing? Are you guys trying to fill those roster spots? Or are you guys just going to skate with 2 men down?
Well, no. I mean, obviously, if we're able to AP players when we're playing in Steinbach, and obviously we can find some AP players, so we will do that because we had a chance to AP. Dennis Chartrand the other night, and it gave us a chance to see him play at this level, and he played that game against the Blues, and I had seen him play a couple of times, but I hadn't seen him play this year, so it's a chance for us to see him play, and he showed that he's got some potential for sure. He's a very good skater, and we're going to try and AP as many players as we can to give those guys a chance to see what the junior A is like and to prepare themselves for the upcoming seasons.
Just under half the season left to go. What would you rate as a successful end to the year, Coach?
That's tough to point. What I'm expecting of our players is they got to come to the rink every day, practice hard, and they got to come to every game with the intention of winning the game and playing as hard as they can. If we do that, we'll be fine. If we don't play hard every night, then it's going to be difficult. There's no doubt about that. But right now, we have to be mentally strong, like I said, because it's a period where when you lose Mark Owen and then the team trades the captain and top scorer Cole Brunet. Some guys see this as being very difficult, and some other guys are seeing this as an opportunity, and that's what we're trying to tell our players. This is an opportunity for you to play. And the other night, now you've got guys like Kabalka and Auger and Bosk and Talifer and the young guys. All the young guys have an opportunity they're going to get more ice time, and they need to show what how they can play and how they want to play and how much they want to be here. So I look at this as an opportunity. When you see in the NHL back in the days when Gretzky got traded from Edmonton, you thought that city was going to die. But you know what? The hockey is still very good today. They got new stars. I mean, the game is going to continue. There's no doubt. I mean, the hockey team in Steinbach is going to continue, and people in Steinbach have to believe that this is going to be a good franchise. And obviously, we're a little disappointed with what's happening this season, and we could make a whole bunch of excuses, but it is what it is, and we have to stay mentally strong and believe that we're going to keep building this program. We know we have a lot of good young hockey players in the program, and we know that everybody, I didn't know that, but everybody's been telling me that it usually takes about 5 years to build a franchise. And, I thought that beginning of the season, this is the best team that we could have gathered together for in the past 2 seasons. Injuries really cost us there in October when we played. We played a lot of games in October, and we played a lot of games with a short bench and a lot of young players. So obviously our young players got the opportunity to play, and we know what they can do. And we played, I think, 7 or 8 games there without 8 veterans in the lineup, and we had 9 guys out at one point, and key players for us. And a couple of players wanted to go, and we had to make a few changes. But overall, we're still a hockey team, and we have to play, and the players have to look at this as an opportunity to show themselves and to show what they can do. And you play hockey because you love the game and you want to play, and this is a chance to play the game at a pretty high level.
Any plans on moving that C to a new jersey for the rest of the season?
Yes, we've certainly talked about that, and we actually know who that player is going to be, but we were going to wait to see until we announced that to the team. But we've got some leaders in that dressing room for sure, and we got some guys who are pumped up and want to play and know they'll get a little bit more ice time. And right now, after the game that we played in the Wayway Sekapo and the practice we had today, even though we only had 14 skaters today, I thought that practice, they practiced pretty hard, and they skated pretty hard, and it was a good practice. So hopefully tomorrow is going to be another good practice, and when Portage comes, we're going to give them their best shot, our best shot.
Well, last time they came here, they got shut out.
Well, yeah, I mean, hey, you got to play the game, and you got to think you got a chance to win, and whether you believe you can or believe you can't, you're probably right. So I mean, people are going to think about what I said, but it is what it is. If you don't believe that you can play, or you can't, if you don't believe that you can win, you're not going to win. But if you believe you can, you're certainly giving yourself a good opportunity to win.
Well, thanks, Rich, for spending some time and talking about the Pistons.